Hi everyone. So from today onwards, we'll be starting Pocket HRMS training series, and it will be held on every Thursday, same time 3 to 4 p.m. Where we'll be covering different, or I would say, small topics of phase one module, and we'll be providing training on these topics to you. So today our topic would be cloud portal settings related to organization and HR. So we'll start with the cloud portal here. Here, I'll go to settings. Here we have organization. Under organization, you can find different options. Company profile, user, SMTP, all different options are there. I click on company profile and create a new company from here itself. What do you mean by new company? We have different sister concerns, different entities. In case I want to add any new entity, I can directly go to settings, organization, company profile, and click on this plus icon. I can add the name of the entity here itself. Let's say it's XYZ IT. I can add the self-service company code and create by adding address, telephone, state, city, pin code, and I can click on create company option. Once I click on create company, the same name of the company will be created under this option. So I can see multiple demo companies here along with my company, the company that I have created here. In the similar manner, you can also create different entities from your end from the same path I have guided you. Under settings, organization, we can create different users as well. From where we can do that, the same path. Under settings organization, we have user option. I click on users, click on create new user, and add the name too. I can create the multiple users in Pocket HRMS, and we can assign different user rights to them. I'll create the name here. Let's say I'll be giving the finance rights to somebody. So here under user name, I'm adding finance. Email ID I can add here. Let's say finance at demo company at demo.com. Likewise, I'm creating one. Password I can add. I'm adding some random password here. Confirm the same password. I can choose a company here. For which company I'm creating that user? So I'm just selecting ABC India Private Limited. Scroll down and click on create user. So we have created user with the name finance at demo.com, and I can assign view user rights from here itself. These are different categories. These are different menus available here. I'll just select different categories here. Let's say I'm selecting general category. And for general category, I'll be giving the income tax rights to this finance person. How do I do that? We can have income tax reports also. So first, for giving the rights of the report, I'll select analytics here. Under analytics, we have further segregation, reports. I'll select reports here. Then we have income tax module. If I click on iTax, we'll be having further segregation. Under transaction, we'll be having different options and the utilities, import. So I can assign different options from here itself. Let's say I'm selecting iTax here. And in iTax, I'm just removing this in other income heads import option. I do not need this income tax option. So that likewise, I can use this option to assign different user rights to different person. I'm just selecting income tax process and income tax declaration only. Not much. And if I scroll down, we have the reports option. I click on report, income tax report icon, and can also further segregate it. And I can assign the income tax report option to this person. And click on save. Once I save it, I can open and check whatever rights I have given to that person. Is it visible or not? I can go to open some incognito window here. Cloud portal. Finance at demo.com. Log. This is the window which has opened here. I can check the analytics reports here. And the reports will be finding the income tax report here. And if I want to do any kind of income tax transaction, I want to import anything, I want to do any kind of transaction here, I want to do like any kind of process I want to run for income tax. Those kind of activities I can assign to the finance person. That those I have assigned to the finance person, I can see those activities here. So likewise, I can go and create the new user in Pocket HRMS. As I mentioned before, we can create multiple users in Pocket HRMS. We have SMTP settings option here. You can create the SMTP setting, or I would say you can configure the SMTP settings from here itself. I click on this edit option. Right now, default settings is there. So we have the option add default settings. Sometime it happens your SMTP is not working. Maybe you have changed the password from backend, or maybe there's some other technical issue. In those cases, we have come up with the add default settings option. So you can add default settings. So automatically you have the credentials and everything will be filled, auto-filled here, and you can save those settings so that your mail will work and your work will not stop. So that's why we have come up with such option. So whenever you get such kind of issue when your SMTP is not working, please don't worry about that. Add the default settings meanwhile. Later on, you can correct it and you can do the settings again. So that's also sort of option we have come up with under SMTP settings. Email templates. Multiple email templates you can add in the portal that we have already shown you, but there are certain default email templates that comes up with the Pocket HRMS. So those email templates, in case you want to edit anything, you can do it from here itself. In case you want to add any kind of new statement under a payslip template, so that kind of statement you can add here and you can save the template here itself. Multiple notifications option is also there. We have birthday alerts, anniversary alert, work anniversary alert, and you can also keep the CC in case you want to share the same kind of alert to other employees as well. You just add the CC email ID here. So in case you want to share the same birthday email to all your employees, so that you can have the group mail ID, you can add here and save it from here itself. Similar manner, we have the reminders option also. You can add multiple reminder settings here. You can select different field name from here, number of days, how many days prior you want the reminder. I'll just do it for you. Let's say termination date, number of days prior you want the reminder. That number of days you can put here. Let's say I'm putting 4 here. Display name, what should be the display name? Or I will say last working date of the employee. Reminder to email, you can add your mail ID and you can save. The multiple reminders you can keep here, and you can put the multiple email IDs also. So we have an option here in that you can set multiple email IDs in under reminder option. And we have a new employee approval as well. Whenever, because sometimes it happens, your recruiter is handling your employee list or somebody else is doing it. So whenever they add a new employee in the portal, that request will flow to you. That request will come to you. So in that case, you can add the new employee approval option as well. So you can just click on this setting icon, add the category for which category you are setting the same. Select the manager. You can select the manager from here. And you can have this, and you can have the priority also. You can set the priority also, and you can save the changes. You can add the company logo in case you want to add any company logo, your ECS company logo, those things you can add from here itself, payslip or logo as well. We have the login screen option as well. Login screen basically, right now what we are doing for opening or for using ESS portal, we have to write ess.pockethrms.com. Okay, so like we have come up with a new option where you can just have to add your company ID and the pockethrms.com, and your ESS portal will get open. So I'll just show you that option as well. How that works, I can choose the file here. Let's say you can choose any image file. I'm just adding the scenery here. And I just save it. Once I'm done with this, I can open my ESS portal with this login. I'm just adding the company's this company code here. ABCING is my company code. Dot pockethrms.com, and I can able to open ESS portal here. So here I need not to add my company code again. I can just add my employee code and the password, and I can sign into ESS portal of mine. And whatever scenery or whatever like picture I have added here, the same image will reflect here. We can add multiple logins also, multiple login screen as well. I would say multiple images as well. So multiple images you can choose here, and that image will change its here itself automatically, and you can add your company employee code and the password, and you can open your ESS portal from here itself. So that option is also there. Custom roles you can add here. We have come up with the option of custom roles. Earlier, we only have the option of where we can have some set of self-service role, but now we have added certain custom role in Pocket HRMS. What are these custom roles basically? Like sometimes you have to give some special rights to some person. So in those cases, we have to search and we have to find which kind of role should I assign to him, because all roles are already occupied or already taken. So we have come up with a custom roles option so that you can give some special privileges, special rights to that person of ESS portal, especially if you're aware of, we have the option where we can do the role allocation. We have assigned the rights to manager differently and rights to the user differently. So those kind of options we can select here, those kind of roles we can select here, and we can assign the rights to that person accordingly. So multiple roles you can create from here. You can create the role from here. Let's say you can just create the IT person role. Okay, so you just IT. So likewise, you just give the some technical role to any person, any such requirement you have. You can fulfill it from here. Add some IT. Like a man. So you can add custom role here. And we have the reporting company as well. Reporting company means like we can add multiple companies here. All are you are aware of this. So we have come up with a reporting company option so that you can have the combined reporting of all the companies in the same from one company. What is it basically? If I click on this reporting company, I have the option I can create a name to the company. Let's say group companies, I'm naming it. In this group company, I need the information of three companies. So I need the information of ABC India Private Limited here. I need the information of this XYZ and this Pocket HRMS company here. So here, if I click on save, I'll be getting the information of all three companies under this group company. So we'll be having data wizard option in this group company from where we can derive the report. I'll show you how it works. I'm just creating one right now. I have created one group company. So when I click on ABC India Private Limited, I can see the group company here. I'll just open this group company. Once I open this group company, I can have this kind of page view where I can see the total number of active employees. Also, and I can go to analytics, data wizard, and I can configure different reports from here. In case you want to have the salary register for all three companies together, you want to have the employee master of all three companies together. So those kind of report you can derive from here itself. So I'm just creating. I'll just show you how to create one report in here. Employee master. click on add. I can have the master report. I can click on add fields. I can select different, these are the different categories from all these three companies. So I can select all these categories, master fields I can select and click on save. Okay, so likewise, you can create the report and the data wizard with the same name. So you will be having once I when I download this employee master, I'll be having a record of all the three companies. So that kind of option we are offering here. Then we are done with the organization setting. Then I'll move to the HR setting. Under HR settings, we have different options available here. We can add different categories here, join document, configuration fields. There are multiple options under HR. So I'll just first we go and create the category here. You can create multiple categories in the portal. So you can just click on this category option, click on this plus icon and create the category from here itself. You can add the description, you can add the display order, and you can save it. Then we have the joining document option. I click on joining document. You can create n number of joining documents in Pocket HRMS. Whatever document visible on the ESS portal of the employee, from where they can upload the same, and you can also download the same for the employee from the cloud portal itself. So you can create the document from here. I click on this plus icon, document name, let's say 10th certificate. Document required, yes or no. If you make it yes, it is a mandate. It would be the mandatory document. If you make it no, then it's not mandatory. So again, choice is yours, how you want to get it configured. Then we have this configuration field option. You can create different fields in Pocket HRMS. Although we have provided multiple fields here, but in case you want to add any new, you can do it from here, configuration field option. Click on this plus icon. You can have this kind of window. Here, under field name, you can add the short name to that field. Let's say I wanted to add Aadhaar card number, Aadhaar card here. I'm adding Aadhaar number. Likewise, I'm adding the short name. And here I'm adding the complete full name. Likewise, I'm adding one. Field type would be, I'm just putting as text only. Field size, let's say I'm adding 20. Direct or pop-up. Anything which is having the direct value. Let's say your phone number, your bank account number, Aadhaar number, UN number, those kind of things which is having direct value. You're putting some value to it and which doesn't need any drop-down options, right? So those comes under direct option. And another way, in case of pop-up is something which needs the drop-down. Anything, any field which has the drop-down option, which is having the multiple options, that comes under pop-up. Like your bank name, your location, your state, your gender, those kind of fields which needs a drop down, your designation, department, those kind of fields will come under pop-up. So Aadhaar number is a direct field, so I'm putting direct here. I can have the order here. By default, you'll get certain order number. So let it be like this only. Panel you can choose. In which panel you want that field to be, whether it's an employee detail, whether it's a personal detail. Compulsory is your basic detail, and the custom is a user-defined fields. In which panel you need that option, you just choose that panel. Let's say I just need this in base employee detail. I'm choosing employee here. And we have multiple options available here. What are these? Mandatory option. In case you want to make that field mandatory, you have to select the checkbox. So you have to add this field, otherwise it will in software will not allow you to save that option, save that field. You cannot keep this field blank. Another field is trans field. Trans field is basically, let's say your department, your designation, that would be a trans field. Full name would be transaction field anyways. And that means in case there is any change in the department, earlier the person was in X department. Now his department has been changed to Y. To get that of transition, to get that of in the same in different reports, we need that field to be chosen as a transition field. So that whenever you download that report, you will just come to know that earlier that person designation was X, now his designation is Y. So you have that kind of transition. That's why we have come up with such field option. You can add such option under your grade, cost center, designation, department. You can choose those fields as a transition field. Filter. In case you want to have the filter on those fields, so you can choose the filter option as well. So that whenever you put the filter, you can check out what all option on what field you need that filtration. So you can put the filter, you can select filter option while creating the field here. Timeline field. Timeline field means we have come up with the option where you can see the timeline of the employee. If you want that field to be reflected in the timeline field, you have to select this checkbox. And in case you want to notify the employee as well about that field, so you just select the checkbox as well. The employee will receive the notification under the ESS portal bell notification icon regarding the same. Whenever there is any change in the confirmation date or when they got increment, those kind of things will be notified to him on their ESS portal itself. Okay, so next we'll come up with the pop-up data. I hope now you got it what is pop-up. We have this option where we can have the pop-up data. Okay, so in pop-up data, you can find all those fields which have the drop-down options. So you can select those fields in case sometime it happened, you have added the employee in the portal and you are you don't have the designation that you want to assign to him. From where you can create the same, you can just come to the settings, HR, pop-up data, and create a new designation from here. Already we have multiple designations here. I can create new here by adding, let's say, likewise, I'm creating one and clicking on the one field with the name accounts IT has been added here. So in case I want to add any employee with the same designation, I can add the designation from here and I can choose the designation whenever I add a new employee in the portal. Similar manner, I can do the same activity or same thing for other fields as well. In case I wanted to add any new field which is not there available, I can add it from pop-up data itself. HR letter. We can create different letters in the portal. You can share the same letter on the mail of, you can send on their mail also, mail IDs as well. And also you can download the letter and share the same offline. So all options are there. Multiple letters we can configure. You just click on this plus icon and you can configure the letters from here itself. Asset info, asset list is also there. We can create different number of assets in the portal. Like it is laptop, whether it's a mobile phone, SIM card, data card, different assets you can add here. And you can have the asset detail also under asset list. If I click on this plus icon, we have the option where we can fill the details of the assets and we can submit it or we can save it. Under asset category, you will find the category that we have configured. The same category will be visible here. You can choose that category, add the detail of the asset and save it. You can also do the bulk import in Pocket HRMS. Auto number setting is also there. You can have the series of the employee code. You can set that series as well. But the auto-generated code, it would be the auto-generated employee code. So whenever you add a new employee code through employee wizard, that code will reflect there and you can add the employee accordingly. So that CDs you can add here. Generate password is also there. You can generate the password of the employees for the ESS portal from here itself. You can do it in bulk for bulk also for all the employees together. Select like you want to have the employee code as their password. Select the categories. Overwrite existing password, yes. Select employee code as their password and click on save settings. In this manner, you can also means you can save the employee code as the password for all the employees together. And you can also check for send mail. You can also send the mail to the employees on the mail IDs regarding the same. So this is about the basic settings of organization and HR we have in cloud portal.